Riot police have opened fire to disperse protesters in Myanmar's largest city, Yangon. Witnesses say they used guns and stun grenades. Now, there were no immediate reports of casualties. Protesters have been taking to the streets since the elected government was overthrown in a military coup on February 1st. The military has now officially annulled the results from last November's election. Earlier this month, it replaced the Election Commission, which had ruled that the party of Aung San Suu Kyi won in a landslide victory.
The protest march was quickly gripped by panic as shots rang out in Yangon. Witnesses say police fired rubber bullets and stun grenades to disperse the crowd. Hundreds of people had turned out once again, blocking roads in Myanmar's commercial centre, their defiance openly on display. But police soon moved in to clear them, banging a warning drum with their truncheons against their shields. And there was an even more severe crackdown in Myanmar's second largest city, Mandalay, with several people requiring medical treatment for their injuries. There have been daily protests and strikes throughout Myanmar since the military took power on February 1st, despite the threat of a violent crackdown constantly looming. Our protests need to keep going. But it's been almost a month now, so some of us are feeling a bit disappointed and depressed. We need to stay strong for the next month or two, because it could take some time to remove this junta. Elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi has not been seen in public since the coup, and her lawyer says he's been allowed no contact. I'm concerned the right to access justice and legal counsel are being violated. Suu Kyi is due to appear in court on Monday, and time is running out to prepare her defence. Outside her Yangon mansion, a group of supporters gathered to offer prayers for her release.
Let's get some perspective on the story now. We can speak to activist Min Mem in Yangon. Thank you for joining us. Now, you have been out on the streets. Tell us what you have experienced there.
Okay, I have been protesting in Yangon since 10 February. Till yesterday, there was no violent cases in protest areas in Yangon. I must say Yangon has been a bit quiet with shooting cases only in protest areas. I mean, except other townships where police shoot the protesters, arrested the protest leaders, and even journalists, and even some died during protest. However, yesterday there were violent cases in Yangon, and military supporters publicly used sharp objects and attacked the protester in Sule. Some almost died. And even now, today I went to Yangon, and around 10 a.m. in the morning, the police were marching to us and hitting and shooting us, and we have to run away from them. Yeah.
It sounds like the situation is escalating. Are you afraid that you're going to see an even more extensive crackdown by police if you continue to go out into the streets?
Actually, we are afraid. However, never think that we will stop protesting. We people in Myanmar always find a peaceful way to protest, and will continue finding. People and the military make violences against their testimonies, and they become terrorists now. Not Myanmar police and military anymore. Believe me, we Myanmar people will never make any violent activities and protests against police violences.
Now, the military we mentioned has now officially annulled those election results from last November, where Aung San Suu Kyi and her party won by a landslide. Is she still a unifying figure for you and for your movement?
She still is. The 2000 general elections was held under the currently legitimate 2008 constitution, which the military loves so much. And clearly, that's why election results can't be annulled by the military wars because they are already legitimate. Even electoral observing NGOs approved of the 2000 general election results through their observations and findings. Because of that, I must say there will be no impact on the protest movement. Actually, we are not fighting for election results. We are fighting for democracy. We are fighting to end military dictatorship. We don't want military dictatorship anymore. We don't want our country's developments to be delayed again, like in the past.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. Activist Ninh Mem speaking to us from Yangon. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.